Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our monthly Tuesday coffee chat. We have a few presenters today, and we'll kick off with Lori, who has an update for us.
Good morning. I hope those of you that came yesterday enjoyed the estate planning conference. It was very informative. Good. If you weren't there, or even if you were and you would like, I do have her slides, and I'm happy to share them with you either in a printout or electronically, whichever you prefer. So I do have those. My only other thing was just to remind you, coming up on June 25th, which is a Wednesday, is the Alzheimer's Association will be presenting the Empowered Caregiver. And I'm just going to read you there. And the topics covered will include building the foundation, supporting independence, communicating effectively, understanding behaviors, and exploring care and support options. This program will provide valuable information, tips, strategies, and resources that caregivers can put in their caregiver toolbox that will be beneficial along the journey of caregiving. So we will start at 10 a.m. in the Commons. There'll be a little bit of the program, then there will be a break for lunch, and then we'll kind of work through a working lunch and through the rest of the program. There'll be plenty of time for questions and answers. The programming is free. However, there is a small charge for lunch, which is $10, which needs to be paid by cash, check, or credit card. It cannot be used with your house account or your declining balance because it is a special event sponsored by the Homes Fund. So, any questions about that? There are still plenty of seats. The event was open for reservations exclusively to residents through Sunday, and now the community is invited, but there's still plenty of seats. So, any questions? That was easy. We need to turn this. Everybody's on this side.
I know. We need a pivoting one. Thank you. So kind of the work that Lori's been doing is really fits into our strategic plan and community development and engagement. So partnering with the Alzheimer's Association, we'll be bringing more workshops here directly to Covenant Woods, and I think that's a huge benefit to us. So I'll invite Haley to come on up, and she'll give an update. You're going to read all of Connections today? That would be wonderful. Can you do different voices? That would be even better. All right, thanks.
Yeah, I'll read a short story on the okay. Hi, how's everyone doing this morning? Lots of fun events in June. It's almost the start of summer, as you can tell by the way it's getting really hot outside. But for the start of summer, we're having the Start of Summer Ice Cream Pop-Up. That is June 23rd. It's on the front page of the Connections. And we have 3 pop-up locations, so you can come get ice cream right out here by the bocce ball courts. You can come get ice cream at the Lodge Grand Lawn, or you can come get ice cream at the Williamsburg Garden, or you could do a trip and go to all 3 in the hour if you are up to it. We'll be having multiple different flavors of ice cream, and sugar-free will be available at least at the Manor location. So that's from 3 to 4 on June 23rd. And let's see. The Richmond Canal cruise trip that was scheduled for tomorrow has been rescheduled, and the new date is July 8th. So there's time to sign up for that, and it will be published in the upcoming Connections. So if you didn't get to sign up for it this time, or did sign up and want to go for the one in July, let me know. And there's still time to sign up to go to the Virginia War Memorial trip. That is on Monday, June 16th from 1:30 to 4:30. It's a guided tour. It includes a film and a lot of really cool information. So if you've seen the War Memorial before, or if you haven't, it'll be a fun trip to go to. And let's see, the next big thing is the annual Independent Living Recreation Survey is now available for you guys to take on Katie, or if you don't like taking it online, there's paper copies at both front desks. We recommend that you take it on Katie, but if you can't, that's fine. But please fill out the recreation survey, even if you do not participate in anything recreation related. You can tell me why you don't participate in anything recreation related, or if you have any recommendations for trips, presenters, performances, classes, really anything. I'm open to any recommendations you have. And I think the last thing is the library committee, which they announced at the resident council, is not meeting this month because of the Garth dedication. Any questions? Thanks.
So on that note, just a reminder, the Garth dedication will be this, excuse me, this coming Thursday at 11 o'clock in the Irby Garden. So please join us for a brief dedication ceremony and event. That would be very meaningful. Does anyone else on my team have anything to share this morning? No? Okay. We can open up to other questions or comments. Yes, ma'am. We sent out several messages regarding the systems. Did you not receive them? But you did not receive the initial two that went out? Yeah. Right. We did send out messages. I'm concerned that they did not go out. That's what Tim and I were talking about yesterday with the outage. I'm not sure why they didn't go through. I did receive a message saying that we were working on our systems, acknowledging that a lot of them were coming online slowly. So I apologize if you did not get that message. We sent out several. When Katie was back up, we put out a bulletin also around that. But the team and I will talk about that this morning. We'll do a debrief on the communication. I was on site, Tim was on site, Mike and Carrie were here as well. And we were trying our best to communicate out to everyone once we knew what was happening. So, yeah, we don't know why the power went out. It may have been surges that hit our campus from whatever was going on externally. Dominion didn't give an update directly to that. We know that a lot of our systems were impacted and take a while to come online. Air conditioning being one of those, which is a priority for us, but we had some other low-level emergencies that were going on at the same time. So I apologize, it took a while. And I think it was finally restored, especially in the lodge, which I think had more issues than, excuse me, the manor, although that took a long time to come back online as well. But a few of the components were burned out from the surge. So it took a while for folks to fix those and get that back up and running. I do know that folks were in the apartments as if they could be localized with the junction boxes kind of reset from that point. We tried that, but if the larger system is down, you're correct, it will take a while to come back online. But we'll look at our communication and see why that didn't go out. As far as I know, it did because I've received it, but if you're saying you didn't, then it would have been by text. Yeah, so I know the team was here and on site and actively working on it with our vendors. It's at that point pretty self-evident that it's out because of the power outage, but we'll try to keep people as comfortable as possible. Yeah.
Good morning. Just for kind of debrief purposes, just kind of show of hands, how many people did get any of the messages via text message or phone that we had power outages? Okay. Katie notifications, we had. Okay. Okay. So, and that one was on Katie. Okay. So we got our Katie messages. The initial no, you didn't get Katie messages. No, so initial messages went out about system failures on campus as a whole. It did not go through a specific itemized list. So wanted to just kind of check to see who got that initial one, and then some of the follow-up ones that'll just help us with our feedback when we go through that this afternoon. So I appreciate that. The messaging was a little bit difficult to get out just because things were changing and we didn't want to put out too much information if it was going to be fixed. So we did try to group it to send it out. So I'm glad that you were getting it over the Katie. And we'll continue to evaluate both systems as we go forward. If you have other recommendations, you're welcome to shoot an email to me or Megan, just so that we have that information as part of our review process. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Other questions or comments? Mr. Michaels?
We appreciate the new cushions at Center Point.
Oh, terrific. I'm glad. Enjoy them. Certainly does help. All right. Hearing no other. Oh, yes, Mr. Johnson.
I'd like to know
why we don't have Richmond papers in the library any longer. Miss Ma- Oh, there we go.
Thank you. I apologize. I'm not really sure, other than that we have a new carrier, and usually when we have a new carrier, we have issues. I did hear from the manager today, which I emailed to Vicki Truman, who's the library chair. She did concur they were here, they were being delivered to the wrong area. So they should be in the library today. They are? Okay, perfect. Let me know anytime they're not there. Sometimes they do disappear. And so if you start noticing that, that's usually throughout the day, let me know and I can put messages out. As a reminder, the paper should stay in the library. There's 2 Richmond Times dispatches, 1 USA Today and 1 Washington Post, and Wall Street Journal. So if you don't see any of those, let me know, because I'm not down there, so just give me a call. Richmond Times has been difficult because every time I call the local number, I get sent to the call center. But I did hear from the Richmond Times dispatch manager this morning, so they did receive the message that we hadn't gotten it for a week. So thank you for your patience. So thanks.
Thanks, Megan. Okay. Any other questions? All right. If not, enjoy the rest of the coffee and the snacks. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.